Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to working in my little paper bag journal. I'm having so much fun with this, and from your comments, thank you so much. You seem to be enjoying it too, which is lovely to hear. There's not much more to go now, a couple more videos and we're done. So let's get started. Let's get back to where we were at the end of the last video, which was here. And I left it that this journal card still needed to be finished off. So as you can see, I added one of these Tim Holtz ladies from the Solos kit, the Solo set. I've hardly used any of these, so it was really nice to get one of those out, and I think she works really nicely there. Put a bit of lace under her and a little ticket here and another little black lace piece of lace up here, partly because I had a bit of trouble getting with I went a bit off the edge with my sewing. My sewing was a little bit erratic. Well, I deliberately went wibbly wobbly round because I knew I was going to have some issues going around the corners, and I definitely did on this corner. So I've covered it up a little bit with the lace and you can't tell. So it all looks fine. But yeah, I'm quite pleased how that's turned out in the end. I think she's really pretty. And yeah, it's all a bit it's not so great on the back, but we won't look at that, shall we? We'll just pop that straight back in there and that's all done. So today we need to make a start by putting something in this pocket. So it's quite a deep, well, not deep pocket, but it's got plenty of room, but it's not very deep. So I thought I'd have to be careful what I put in here because otherwise it'll just flop out if it's too tall. So I had a bit of a think and I found a couple of things I think might work in here. There may be more things that I could pop in, but I came across this avocado dyed envelope. Now, I've not dyed a lot of envelopes because I haven't had a lot of success. A lot of the ones I've dyed, if they're coloured on the inside, like the long, narrow ones, the colour tends to bleed through that's on the inside of the envelopes. But this one, I think, was just a plain cream one. And it's actually come out quite a nice, even colour. And I thought that goes quite well. So I thought I could decorate this up a bit and perhaps put something inside it as well. And looking in all my little bits of scraps, I also came across this piece, which I had thought I might cut up to put into some of the smaller pockets. But actually I thought it was a really nice size to go in here, so I could just decorate this one up a bit, sew round it afterwards, and I think that would go in there nicely as well with this envelope behind it. So that's the plan for this. So let's make a start and see what we can do with these to make them look a little bit prettier. Right, so first of all, the journal card. I'm of course going to round the corners, and then I will off camera. Let's see if I can get this to work. Okay, well that's good. That's turned out okay. Right. Where's my bin gone? There it is. Whoop. Right, so I think maybe another Tim Holtz figure would be quite nice here. I've got this lovely long, this is also, I think this is from a Tim Holtz, from the scraps pack, for the wallpaper scraps pack. I think that came out of there. So the colour's lovely, and I just like how that sits on that journal card. But let's see if we can find a nice lady to go in there. I don't think I want to, I'm taking up 2 rooms. She's quite nice. Let's see what else. She fits nicely, but she looks like a nurse. I'm not sure the nurse vibe is what I'm going for. She may not be, but she looks a bit like a nurse to me. There's a little girl. Yeah, she's quite nice. About this young lady, I rather like her. I like her outfit. I think it's quite in keeping. I quite like her, I think. What else have we got? Well, there's her. Well, I think I'll stick with her. I like her. So let's put her on there. What else do we need? I think we might need a little bit of lace under her feet. Let's see what we can use. Let's see. bit of that. So I think I might just cut a piece of this down and put that under there. I quite like that. Get hold of the pin. There we go. Right, so I think I'll just cut this in half down the middle. Pop that there. And she can just go there. And I think that's probably enough embellishment. I might see if I've got a word or something, but I do like that. So let's get the old art glitter glue going. I think she looks nice on there. A little wry smile. Wonder what she's thinking about. And then I thought I'd have a quick look at some of my G. Kerr words I've got in this little booklet. I want one that's going downwards, I think. I've got here acceptance, no, accomplish, miracle, charity. There's a few more over here. About these. Friends, happiness, I don't know. What have I got over here? What's this one hiding? Ooh, that, I think that's the one thought I'd seen earlier. Yeah, that was the one. Patience. I think that might look quite appropriate, and it's got that nice pinkish tinge, and I think I'll just pop her down there. Pop that there. Yeah, I think I will. Patience. There we are. Right, so all I need to do is put a bit of sewing around the edge, and then that's ready to go. It's all backed, so that's fine. Okay, so that's the journal card ready to go. Now let's have a look at this envelope at the top. So I need to just put a bit of decoration. I don't need to cover the whole thing because I like the background. Let's get some of our scraps out from the kit. Pick out a few pretty pieces. Now I like that piece, but I have in mind I might be able to make that into possibly a little journal card to go in one of the small pockets. So I'm going to hang on to that. Let's just get these bits out. Working with scraps again. But these are specific scraps, so that'll be fine. What do I fancy using? this piece here. I'm not sure about that bit. Haven't got a lot, really, of pretty scraps left, have I? There's that piece. That piece I like. Maybe, not sure about that. Too plain. I might be able to use a piece of this. Maybe a little bit of that. A little bit of that. See what else? Anything else? I think there's a little bit of some Roxy Creations mixed in here. We'll see. This piece. Oh yeah, I might use her. Okay, let's just put these bits aside. Pull that piece out. Get the other bits. Move the other bits aside. Out of the way. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Might be able to use a bit of that as well. Right. Okay. Just picking out a few pretty bits that I can maybe use to decorate this. Where's my ruler? Let me be honest. I'm just going to do just a little bit of decoupage, but not all over. Something like that. Oh, used the wrong edge, but never mind. Put that there. Put that there. And maybe a little bit of script across the top there. That might look alright. I think I might just ink these bits as well as I go. I did wonder about a little stamp up here. I might have a look at my stamps, see if I've got any that would go. I do have them sort of organised by colour, at least some of them, where a colour is makes sense for them to be stored. I was wondering about this one actually. Does that go there? Let's have a look. Maybe there. And then I might just do my little postmark stamp. I've just got to go and find it. Right, I've just fished this out of my drawer with stamps in. There's a nice little stamp that might just, I might just pop that there. So I'm just going to glue this. Actually, I might just use my glue stick for this. Don't know why. Okay. Just pop him on there like that, I think. Or does he look better up here in the corner? Okay, maybe I'll put him up there in the corner. Just wipe a bit, make sure there's no bits of glue when I'm doing a bit of stamping. Right, using my Memento at the moment because I think my archival might be getting a bit lacking in ink. I have to get a new one. I'm just going to do that right there. Let's see how it turns out. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect because they often are not perfect. Okay, that do nicely. Right, so that's the front. Let's have a look at the flap. Have it done something down here? Just wondering. Maybe I'll do a little bit of stenciling. Yeah, I might do a little bit of stenciling. Luckily I still have these ready to hand because all the others are packed away now and out of reach. Right, so which bit shall I stencil? I think I might stencil this bit. It'll have to be the vintage photo. Oh, no, I want my little brush. So I'm going to have to go searching again. That's what's happening at the moment. Nothing is where it should be. I'll be right back. I just have to go and get my little brush. And I think I'm just going to put a bit of paper inside. I don't need to stencil it inside as well. So let's just have a go. Just covering the back of this, and I'll put a little bit more decoupaging on the flap. Right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks nice. Can you see? If I hold it up a little bit, you can see the bit of stenciling, and I just need to put something nice on the back here. I wonder whether to cover the whole flap. I'm inclined to. But I don't know if I've got a piece that's the right size to go right across there. One of these pieces are just not quite wide enough. They're all the wrong way round. What else have I got? Can't really use that, it's not quite right. Oh, I have this piece. That way round. Let's try that. Okay, I'll just tear the edge off. I could just glue that down there and then cut around the flap. Okay, that's what I think I'll do. I feel like I need a bit of lace across the bottom there now. Let's have a think, what can we use? There was that piece I cut off, wasn't there? Where did I put that? I've got this. I wonder if I could do a little bit of... Is that big enough to ruffle along there? Because I like it ruffled up. It's something I see Tina doing quite a lot. She uses her hot glue gun. I won't be doing that, of course, but I can do it with the Fabri-Tac. That works quite well. I don't think this is quite long enough. I do like this though. No, I've got to put that back. I might as well use it, mightn't I? But I only want a smaller. I only want it in half again, so I'm going to cut it about there. And I'm sure I can use these bits on other bits. I just really like this lace. It's just got that soft pink colour and it's got a lovely sheen to it. So I think I'm going to use it and try and do that ruffle. I did do it on one of the other journal cards. There we go. Put that there. Let's give that a go. Where's my Fabri-Tac? using my thumb. Let's ruffle it a bit more. Okay. Oops. Okay, there we are. I think that looks quite pretty. I do like that. Right, let's get this out of the way. And that's. Now we need to find some, to put something in the envelope, I think. So that looks like that, and that looks like that. I'm just wondering whether it needs some sort of closure. So what can I use as a closure? And there was a could maybe use this butterfly. How about that? But I need to put it on something a bit thicker. Oops. This quite thick piece of card, so if I stick that on there, then that'll be a bit stronger. Right, so I've glued my butterfly on, cut it out, and then I've inked around it because it had quite a prominent white edge, but I think it looks fine now and it's nice and sturdy now. So we can just pop that on there, and that'll be act as just a little closure to hold it down. I've just got to be careful I don't take the glue too high up. So I'll glue the bottom of the wings just across the bottom there a little bit. And I've got to be careful where I glue it. Knowing me, I'll probably glue it to the flap. That's probably just about enough to catch it down. Mop up the glue that's oozing out. Okay, we'll leave that to dry now. Okay, and then I thought it might be nice to put some sort of letter or something in here. So I had a look through my digital kits of antique letters, and I've got this one by Roxy Creations. So, I mean, it's not, I don't know, it's probably a government document or something, but I don't think it matters. It's got beautiful script, it's got a nice heading and things, and it's double-sided, so I've printed the other side of it on there, and it's from 1824, so I thought it was quite nice to put in there. So I've just got to find a way to fold it up so that it would fit nicely in the envelope. Hold it like that, it's wide enough. And like that. Let's just get my bone folder and make sure it's nice and folded. Right, that looks quite nice up there. So I'll just pop that in the envelope. And okay, and then let's pop these in. Let's see how it looks. So we've got the envelope going in there, and then journal card over there. There we go. Lovely. Like those. Right, so now we've got these two long, well, they're not that long, but tag-shaped pockets really. So I thought what I've brought out now, I have changed my mind as to what I was originally going to do, because I have this piece, as you remember, of gorgeous Blue Fern Studios paper, and I was just going to cut 2 tags from that. But then I came across this little flippy pad thing in my, I think it was just in my scraps folder. I made it ages and ages ago, and it's all pink, apart from the back, but it's got pink papers, and oh, this one's not quite caught in, which is a shame. I'll have to perhaps I'll just glue that in for now. And I had this piece of the masterboard left. Nope, it's the wrong way up again. That way round, and I really like it. It's so pretty. I thought I really have to use that, and it's a perfect size to go in there, in that pocket. So I'm going to make one like this one, and then I'm going to make the other one with the Blue Fern Studio paper. I'm not going to worry about them being super matching. I'm just going to glue that in. Where's that bit of paper? Bit of tissue. Actually, I think this is a bit of the back of a napkin. The bit you tear off when you're using a napkin, and I saved them for this sort of thing. It's ideal. Right, so that's part of a little notepad now. Then what I thought I could do is just fold this top bit over so that it flaps up. So I just get my bone folder. And I don't need it to be very much. I just want to bone folder a bit so that it folds over the pad. So if I do that there. It's quite thick here, so that's why I'm just doing it a couple of times. Fold that over. It's quite thick here, but it's nice that I got this bit of fabric. It's still showing at the front. And then I can glue this onto the flap here, like that. Yes, 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 yes. I think we'll just stick with that little bit of sewing. Not the neatest bit of sewing ever, but then it's pretty standard for me. Right, sorry about the little interruption. It's just quite an important call. Right, so I have just put a little piece of paper across the back here, the join, because it was just a little bit sticking up there. It just didn't like. I think it felt it needed something just to hold that join down. But yeah, it just needs. I think it looks quite nice. Appears to be a bit of paper stuck to the back of that. I'm not quite sure. That must have been from when I. Oh, that looks alright. Just tear that bit off. Okay. So we just need to decorate this a little bit. It doesn't need a lot, but there's obviously a bit of space here that just needs a bit of something. So I was looking through some of my general ephemera bits. I came across these couple of little images. Now these are from an Artie Mays freebie. I think it's one of the first things I ever downloaded was a freebie from Artie Mays, and I've never used these, but they are just pretty little images. And I thought she looked really rather charming on there, and went really well with the colours. So I thought that would be quite nice on there. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of doily behind her, I think, just to give her that little bit of background. And I think that will be enough. I'll put a little topper on here. I think I'm going to just round these top bottom corners here. I'll just get my corner rounder out again. I'm going to use the 7, so the middle sized corner. Let's hope this works. Yep, hopefully it's a funny shaped corner. What's going on there? That's better. Good. Yeah, so I like that. And let's just glue down this little bit of doily. Never found the right place to use it, but I think she looks really pretty on there. And I just, because it's going to be pulled out of the pocket like this, I want something on the top here. So I've got this bit of, it needs to be something that's not got a fancy edge down one side. So I thought this piece in the middle might work because it's the same both sides. Now I've just got a little piece left, so I could use this on the two tags, and I could just, yeah, pop it around the top there. So I'm just going to put that on there. Let's get it lined up in the middle. Right, so I've got a nice little topper on there. I really like that. I think that's fine as it is. Love it. I think it's really pretty. That will go nicely in that pocket. And all I'm going to do for the other tag is I'm going to line up this one and cut one the same width. Cut it about there. So yeah, so that's the same size. So I'm just going to, should I make this into a little, no, I won't make it the tag, I'll make it the same as this one. So I'll round all the corners, I think, on this one. can we put on here? So is this little girl, this other little image that's similar? She would, she would go really well because she's got a little bit of green in her top and there's green in the background. I hadn't even noticed that until I put it on there and I thought that's perfect. So I've got this other doily knocking around. So maybe I'll use a piece of that, or I have got some of the pink, a little bit of the pink doily left. I don't know what I did with it now. It was here. Where did I put it? Here. I think it's too dark. I don't think the colour's right at all on there. No. So, just wondering about a little bit of that doily maybe. Cut it down. See if a bit of that would work. It's a very pretty doily, this one. It's just a creamy colour. It's quite pretty. It's quite a bit big though. That's the only problem. I wonder if I were to cut it off a little bit. No, I don't know. Quite pretty. I might be able to put something else there as well. Let's see. A bit of this. Too big. That's the big piece. I've got the small piece. There we go. No, I don't want to lose the connection between those two colours. Maybe I can put that there, get rid of this piece. I'm wondering whether to just ink that just a little bit with the pink. This could be a disaster if I got it the right way around. No, I've got it upside down anyway. Ooh, That wasn't such a good idea. Let me just see. Just realise it's upside down, so maybe just turn everything the other way. How does that look? That'll be okay. Don't know, I always prefer. I'm a bit picky, but I like the lace underneath. That looks odd now. Oh, I have to use the other side. No, don't like it. Don't like it. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe that will work better. It's the piece I had in the first place. Not that big piece. Maybe that will look okay. Put that there. Put it there. Something like that. And just need something up here to disguise the mess at the top. There's this butterfly, just no, it's just the wrong pink, it's just too bright. Let's see, maybe a nice rose will just do the trick. Is that too big? Or I have this one, which is quite close match to what's in the picture. It's got a bit of blue, but I'm going to overlook that. Right. Ooh, that might go too. Okay, I'm just going to try and glue all these on and see how that looks when I've finished. Fingers crossed. Letterbox. Okay, so all I need to do now, so I think the back is fine. You can write on there, no problem. So I'm just going to put my little topper on to match this one. And then those are done. Get the width. Get that width right. And there's that little topper on. And they look really pretty. So even though the backgrounds are very different, I think I've managed to pull them together and make them a bit closer by using the two little images that came from the same kit, from the Artimaze Free Digis, which I think these probably did come from the same kit originally. Right, let's put them in the journal. And they're going to go one in here. I'm just popping out there, that's lovely. And this one goes in here. Like that. So I've got my two little long journal cards really. They're not tag shaped because I prefer the other shape in this for some reason. So I've just got to do this last pocket, and I'm going to use this final piece of this masterboard to do that. But I think it's getting quite late in the day now. It's getting on for 5:30, so the light is going. It's beginning to get a little bit, I've had a little bit dark, not dark outside, but the light is going down. I've had to put my light on in the room, so I'm a bit concerned about shadows and things. Also, I know I've been doing this for quite a long time, so I need to kind of make sure I've got time to do this. So I'll come back and finish this probably in the morning for me, in a few seconds for you, and then we'll get this finished so that we've only got the last few little pockets to do in the final video. Right, I'm back. It's the next morning, and because I'm aware that there's not a lot of left time in this video, I have gone ahead and done a little bit of preparation. I've cut that piece of masterboard that I showed you I was going to use in that last pocket, cut it down to size, rounded the corners and inked around it. And that's as far as I've got of actual getting it done. But I have also done a bit of preparation as to what I'm going to put on here, just because I needed the thinking time and just finding things so that I could just go ahead, finish it off, and then then the video will be done, because I haven't left myself a lot of time to do this one. And there goes my phone, as usual. Right, so what I wanted to do, I wanted to use some more of those Tim Holtz solos because I've really enjoyed using those. They're really pretty, and I picked out a couple this time that I thought I'd put together. It took me a while. I went through them all, trying to find two that I thought went together quite nicely, and that they've got similar outfits, or they're both dressed up very pretty. She's holding a bunch of flowers. She's got a really pretty hat with flowers and an umbrella. And I just thought those two went rather well together on here because one of them on their own looks a little bit lost, but putting them two together, making a little grouping, I think that looks quite nice. But I wanted to put something behind them. So first of all, I picked out my really pretty big piece of lace, which I've been trying to use. Remember, I keep bringing it in, trying to use it and not working. And I do like it, but again, it's a little bit lost on that background. So then I pulled out this piece of really pretty, kind of damasky fabric. It's got like a sheen to it, and it's a beautiful soft pinky, same colour my t-shirt, look at that. That was a complete accident. But it's a colour I really love. It's like a coral, but it goes really well with all the pinks in this journal. It's a really lovely warm pink. And I just thought perhaps that if I were to put that behind the lace, or like so, try and get it lined up, and then put my lovely ladies on it, they would show up nicely, and it would just bring that little bit of colour without it being too in your face to the journal card. So that's my starting point. And I really like that, but I felt I didn't really want it plonked in the middle. I thought I'd bring them down a little bit further down, and then I need something up here really. It's a bit plain. So I went diving through my bits, got them back out of the box that I've packed them in because I knew I left it available so that I could get things back out. And I found some umbrellas. These are from the Birds and Blossoms kit. I've picked out a few things from that kit. Don't need the flowers, but I've left them on there just to sort of balance it out in case I don't end up using it. But I did think first of all I pulled out a smaller one, but then I found this slightly bigger one, although it's got the flowers, but they can be cut off. So if I put that in that corner like that, and then put this back in place, it looks like she's got a little umbrella as well. That's my thought. I don't know. I quite like that. And I've just done a little bit of inking, very light inking with the pink to bring the pink out so that it ties it in with the rest. But I just thought that umbrella behind there tied in with the fact that she's got an umbrella. And it just fills up that corner. And then I found another box of just random bits of ephemera. And there was this little clock with a little pink heart, and I've done a bit of pink inking. So I'm going to pop that in that corner there. I don't know, it doesn't really mean anything, but I just thought that would look okay in that corner. And I still hadn't finished. I pulled out a little bit of lace, this narrow pink lace, because it was looking a bit bare down this side. So I just thought I'd put that there. And that's what I'm going to do with this card. I've been playing around with whether to put some flowers down the bottom, but I think I've probably got enough on here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to glue all these down in just like that. Hopefully they'll all go into place nicely, and then I'll be back. Okay, so it's all glued on exactly as I showed you. So the last thing I want to do is add a little tab to pull it out. So I had this last piece of lace left, and where there's got a natural fold there, so it's not quite even. So I'm just going to trim that off because it doesn't want to fold in the middle of what's left. So I'll just trim that a little bit off, and I'm just going to pop that there. So I've got something to pull it out because it's going to go into the pocket like that. I'll just double check that it is going into the pocket that way. Let's just try it out in here. And this is the pocket. So am I going to want it to go in this way? I think I am, yes. Yes, it goes in like that. And I've already got this lace on the pocket, so I'm wondering if that actually will work, because it's exactly the same colour. So it's either going to... Would I be better off with a bit of a contrast, is what I'm asking myself. So that would look like that. And it's got those two there. Or something like a piece of fabric or a piece of other lace look better? That's the question. Not a piece of that. Maybe a piece of this. Let's just have a quick look just to see if that looks any better, because it would be very convenient to use this piece up, wouldn't it? Well, there's this little piece as well. So it's got to not only go on the card, but also look good poking out. But let's just see if this would look any better, or as good, because it's also another little scrap, which would be nice to use. It's a bit tricky because I can't. I've just got to try and hold it in place and see if it will show. If I can get it so that little bit of rose pokes out, I'm not sure it's long enough. It might just about. And it would go rather nice with this flower on here, wouldn't it? Maybe that's what I'll do then. I'll use that if I can make it work. Other than using, having to cut a piece off specially. Would be quite nice. I can just have that right on the edge there like that. Okay, let's give that a try, shall we? Yeah. I think even the back of this card is really pretty. It's quite nice when you turn it over and think, oh, that's as pretty as the front. Here's some of these little bits. Right, now let's have a look. Okay, so that will work. It just pops in there. So yeah, it's just right in there, and then I've just got a little tab to pull it out. And to hold it all in place, I can put my little bow back now, because that's my little bit of decoration for here. And that will stop the journal card from actually falling out as well, won't it? Oops. Hang on, what have I done here? Caught something. There we are. I put that there, then the journal card is actually held into place as well, so it doesn't fall out because it's right at the back. Well, almost. Just one more to go. So that's it for today, or for this video anyway. And then we'll just go tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, what am I talking about? In the next video, I will come back and just fill all these little pockets, and I'll do a closure as well. I'll probably just get some sari silk and wrap it around. But yeah, I'm really pleased how this is turning out. It's looking yummy, really yummy. I'm really loving it. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.